I'm Graham Volter, Community Editor of the Eagan Sun-Current, and here's what's going on in Eagan today, Friday, March 27th. There was some sad news from the zoo yesterday. The Minnesota Zoo in Apple Valley announced Thursday morning that its female dolphin calf had been born deceased. The calf was the offspring of 21-year-old Allie, an Atlantic bottlenose dolphin who had been at the zoo since January 2008. Zoo staff and veterinarians had carefully monitored the health of both mother and calf during the 12-month pregnancy. An ultrasound on Tuesday showed the calf had a strong heartbeat and was in the correct position for its tail first birth, according to Kevin Willis, Director of Biological Programs for the zoo. Willis said complications during labor, which spanned from 10 p.m. Thursday night to 1:40 a.m. Wednesday, are likely the cause of the death. An animal autopsy will be performed to confirm. Willis said the death is hitting zoo staff hard. It's one of a stream of setbacks for the zoo's marine mammal program. In 2006, 3 dolphins died at the zoo. In January 2006, a 7-month-old dolphin died after hitting its head in the pool. 2 months later, its mother died unexpectedly of unknown causes. In December 2006, a 14-year-old dolphin was born with scoliosis and euthanized due to deteriorating physical condition.
Discover a career with endless opportunities. Become a top industry professional in only 12 months, preparing you for the top salons. Change your life. Students and educators committed to excellence in cosmetology arts. The Salon Professional Academy.
Looking for something to do this weekend? You have some options. If you're looking to be charitable, the Bloodmobile is at Kowalski's in Eagan until 7 p.m. tonight. Stop in at the address below or call the Red Cross. Dakota County Elks Fish Fry from 5 to 8 p.m. at Mary Mother of the Church in Burnsville. The cost for that all-you-can-eat fish fry is $12 for adults, $5 for children under 12. Tomorrow is the annual home remodeling show, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Burnsville High School. For more information, go to the address listed below. Your Weather Underground forecast for the weekend calls for scattered flurries throughout the day with highs around 30 to 35 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy with lows around 20. Tomorrow calls for partly cloudy skies with highs around 40, and Sunday calls for partly cloudy skies with highs around 45. In yesterday's webcast, Burnsville Community Editor Stephanie Briggs brought you a segment on the Minnesota Valley Transit Authority Board's Wednesday meeting. I'll leave you now with part 2 of her report. For Sun Newspapers, I'm Grant Bolter. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Monday.
The other issue discussed at length during the MVTA board meeting March 25th was the issue of changing the original MVTA Joint Powers Agreement and looking closer at the bylaws to see if an at-large member on the board should continue to exist. The bylaws stipulate a unanimous decision on any changes with the Joint Powers Agreement. Apple Valley Mayor Mary Hammond Rowland's letter to MVTA states the city's stance on not making any changes to the agreement, which in essence makes the issue a moot point. However, other MVTA board members agreed to have a subcommittee look at the MVTA's Joint Powers Agreement and bylaws later this year and possibly discuss that with the entire board at a work session.
I think we need to resolve that issue. So I find it interesting. A couple cities will interpret it one way. Our attorney interprets it another way. And we need to resolve the couple items that certain groups are having questions on. And it's, especially, like I said, we have tremendous growth. Plus, this is a good time, although the economy is slowing down significantly, that we take a look at what is the best structure based on the 2030 plans that we're all working on. And here we are close to 2010, and we need to work together. So I realize it takes time, but the county's involvement's increasing too, and how do we all work together south of the river?
I just hope in this process of reviewing the bylaws and the JPA that we reach a consensus. We've had a long history in MVTA of getting along well, very collegial, and I hope we can get back to that. We've hit some bumps in the road, and I think it's mostly relational and not so much issue-based, and I think we can review this and get past this and reach consensus.
Commissioner Branning gives some historical perspective on the matter.
Well, My thoughts go back to the early, well, actually the late 1980s and the early 1990s, when the administrator for the city of Apple Valley, I was mayor, and we were putting together the JPA for opt-out legislation. Actually, the opt-out legislation was done by the young representative from Apple Valley, and she sponsored that as I was a mayor and a council member early on to get transit out into the Apple Valley and let us rule and or govern and operate our own transit. And recognizing then that the city of Apple Valley could not sustain, could not afford its own transit service. So we put together, we with myself and the administrator went through all of the communities around Apple Valley and said, join this organization and we'll put together an opt-out. We hired, I was part of the recruitment that we hired Beverly Miller, and we put that together. So I have that background to say that the governance, and yes, we probably made some concessions that we probably wouldn't do today, but the concessions we made when the JPA were changed in the bylaws. Unfortunately, the way it was written is it still requires unanimous vote. Well, that's rather difficult to operate today, that everybody has to think exactly right and all vote the same way. And so that's difficult, but that's not going to change.